Yo, what is up? Welcome to the very first episode of whatever we're going to call this. So basically, I have a 25 to 30 minute commute to the shop every single day. And I want to just talk. Just want to talk to y'all. Whether that means me venting about something going on in the shop or like a client or a situation or answering questions, because I do get a lot of questions on TikTok and Instagram that I can't really get to. Or it's not that I can't get to them, it's just more of like I can't fully elaborate on what I want to say in a 90-second video. So this just gives me an opportunity to do things a little bit more long form, and it gives y'all a chance to actually get a better understanding of who I am. So again, welcome, and from here on out, I would like you guys to just send me questions in the comments, questions in DMs, whatever it be. If you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, DM me. I will try my best to get to all the questions. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this shit. Now, like I said, I get asked a lot of questions just like anybody else does, and it's really tough to break down in depth, in detail, and post it on TikTok and Instagram, because if I post a 10-minute long video, y'all are not gonna watch that shit. So instead, we're gonna do long form on YouTube, and I'm just gonna take some clips from here, and then I'll post some highlights on TikTok and Instagram. We'll see. This is a work in progress. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't. But I figure I got 25 minutes, why not try? So the question that I got asked the other day that I wanted to hold off for this was an interesting one. And I think it's something that barbers, they have on their mind but don't really understand how to go about it, or you might be taught the wrong way. Or I don't want to say the wrong way. You might be taught a different way that's making your life a little bit difficult. And that question is, how long should my services be? What time duration should I have for each service? Now, if I were to post this on TikTok and just say, hey, how long should a barber's appointments be? You're gonna get a wide range, but I think for the most part, you're gonna get 30 minutes. I think you're gonna get a lot of barbers that say, if you can't cut hair in 30 minutes, if you can't do 30-minute appointments, you're not a barber. I think that that's kind of BS to just throw a blanket statement on that, because here's the deal. I've worked with barbers that have stuck to that rule, 30 minutes or less. And I'll tell you what, the burnout, real. The quality of the cuts, not great after some time. You might be able to get into a flow for a few, but day after day, like this is a longevity thing. Day after day, this shit is gonna wear on you. And you're gonna get to a point where you're like, yeah, fuck this 30-minute appointment. I'm gonna try to get this guy out in 15 minutes so I can just take a break. So the quality of your cut reflects it, your tips reflect it. You're having a hard time raising your prices because of it, because you're kind of rushing through everybody. Not to say that you can't do 30-minute appointments. I think that is definitely doable, but I think it's doable case by case. So basically, we all have those appointments and those clients that they're easy haircuts. 30 minutes is a stretch. It's 20-minute cut and then you're done. Make those 30-minute appointments. Anyway, let me. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I made a video basically explaining how to be a little bit more successful as a barber, and one of the three things that I touched on was being on time. This is a two-headed monster here, because on one end, barbers want to do 30-minute appointments, and if they run late, they run late. That's fine. They see that as no issue. But then if the client shows up late, now all of a sudden the barber has an issue with the client showing up late, even though the barber that does 30-minute appointments consistently runs 5 to 10 to 15 minutes late. So you're now upholding a standard that you don't even have for yourself. And it gets tricky, because now you can't really enforce that policy. You can't, because you also can't confirm and solidify that you will be on time. This happened to me earlier on in my career, and so basically what I did was I said, okay, well, I'm going to make my appointments 45 minutes. I want to see what happens if I make my appointments 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the service, depending on what they're getting done. 45 minutes to an hour, and I want to see what happens. And I'm like, fuck, man, I know if I do this, I'm going to have less appointments that day. I'm going to make less money. And the crazy thing was, I did not make less money. Because what happened was, clients started realizing like, oh shit, my appointment's at 3 o'clock, and you're getting me in at 2:50. I got here a little early, you're getting me in early. Dope. Now my day is running smoother. And they appreciated that. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, because I'm doing 45-minute to an hour long appointments, I'm no longer speeding through these haircuts. I'm taking my time, I'm chilling, I'm talking with my client, we're having a conversation, we're laughing. The client can feel that I'm not rushing. And I'm telling you right now, I've said this before, I will say it again. If you take some time and you go look on Google reviews, on Yelp reviews, whatever, go look at a barbershop and look at their bad reviews. It's actually a fun little game to play. Go look at a barbershop's bad reviews and see what the people are saying. I thought it was gonna be all bad haircuts. Oh, I got a terrible haircut. Dude, fuck me up. Whatever. That's not the case. A lot of the times, they will say, yeah, I got a bad haircut, but they will also say, the barber rushed me out the chair. The barber got me in, got me out, and I felt very rushed, which ultimately is going to result in a bad haircut because you're just trying to fucking get them out. So, 45-minute to an hour-long appointment, still charging the same price, but now I'm seeing a significant increase in tips. And I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy. I didn't anticipate this happening. So then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm changing my entire schedule to this. Because when I started off with 1 day. 1 day, I did 45-minute to an hour-long appointments just to kind of see. Then I said, fuck it, I'm doing the entire week. So basically, if you were getting a skin fade, that was going to be an hour-long service. And if you were getting anything besides a skin fade, a non-skin fade, 45 minutes. When I tell you that I got booked up so fucking quick, I was getting booked out 4, 5, 6 weeks in advance. I had to close my schedule down after 2 months because I was getting people that were booking out 3, 4 months in advance. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I can't even take a vacation now. Because at the same time, like, this is a great problem. This is a great problem to have, but it's still a problem. You have to figure out the solution to this issue. So then, because I am now taking my time, because I'm not rushing, I'm giving better customer service, I'm paying way more attention to detail. Now, guess what? Because I'm so in demand, I can now implement a price raise. And when I implemented that price raise, I mean, it's the exact same system over and over, right? You implement a price raise, some people fall off, other people kind of flood on in, and then there you go. You do the same thing over and over. So what I'm basically getting at, and you'll see on these videos, I do rant, I will go on tangents. I am definitely a talker. I will make sure to bring it back, but I am a talker, so bear with me here. But what I'm getting at is that old school mindset of time is money, meaning you need to cut as many heads as you possibly can in the amount of time that you're in the barbershop. That's outdated. That's old school. That's chop shop shit. Like, that's fine if that's what you're doing. That's completely fine. There's going to be a barbershop for every client out there, every type of client, whatever. And if you want to run your shop like that, or if you want to operate your books like that, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, for longevity, and for, I mean, if you want to make some fucking money as a barber, you need to back it down and test run it, right? Maybe an hour is too crazy for you. Test run it at 45 and just see your stress level, man. Because like when I was doing 30s, if somebody showed up late, I was done. My whole day was a disaster and I would be so stressed out all day long. As soon as I switched my appointments to a little bit of a longer duration, that went away completely. Because say someone does show up, 15 minutes late to a 45-minute appointment, you still got them. You may be a couple minutes behind on your next one, but you're gonna catch up on the next one. So your stress levels are gonna go way down. You're gonna cut less people throughout the day. And it's just something about the drainingness of just like having to cut 20 people in a day and have 20 different conversations. That goes away because now you only have 8 people, 9 people. You know what I'm saying? 10 people at most. The best part about doing this is what you end up doing without even realizing it is you create a demand for yourself. You create this hype, almost like a shoe drop. Like you create this hype for yourself where you now can get booked up extremely easy because you only have 8 to 10 slots a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's easy to fill. So now when someone goes on the website, they go to try to book you, they see, what the fuck? I can't get in with this guy for 3-4 weeks. Holy shit. I'm gonna make an appointment for 4 weeks from now and see what this dude's all about. People are intrigued by people that are busy, because if you're busy, you're doing something right. So I wish I remembered the name of the dude that asked this question to me. From now on, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a screenshot and I will post the question. That way y'all can see what the question says, who the question's from. I'll give them a little shout out and then we'll break it down. I don't have that name today, but fantastic question. So if you are watching this, you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, please send me a DM. I read them, whether I respond to you or not. Like, I will read them, I promise you. Send me a DM, comment, whatever. If you have a question, please reach out. I'm gonna use them for here from now on. If there's anything that you wanna see from me specifically on here, like, you can, comments, hit me in the comments, ask a question. But yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna start doing this. This is gonna be a regular thing. I will post at least once a week, at least. I'm gonna try to do it multiple times a week, but I will post once a week. I don't know the day, the time yet. Bear with me. We'll get this shit rolling. And again, like, thank you for following along. If you've gone from TikTok to Instagram to now here, I appreciate you following along. The ultimate goal with social media for me is basically to just pump out as much knowledge as I have. I've been doing this for 14 years now, licensed. Was doing it before I was licensed as well, back in high school. And I've learned so many things in that decade and a half. If I'm not gonna tell y'all if I'm not gonna put y'all in game, then like, what's the point of even learning it? You know what I mean? Like, the goal ultimately is not to be like fucking TikTok, Instagram famous or like YouTube famous. That is not what my goal is here. My goal is to provide as much information as I possibly can and try to help as many barbers or stylists as I possibly can, because if I help you guys, the industry will grow and it'll force me to be better, right? And like, we will grow as an industry, because I truly do believe that we are in an industry that is lacking. It has potential. Like, the industry has so much potential, but it's lacking in so many areas. So we're not taking it serious. I think it's time that we step our shit up, we become professionals, and people take it serious. So again, I appreciate y'all being here. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit. Share this with your barber homies, your stylist friends, all that good stuff. And like I said, this is going to be a very interactive channel. I want to answer as many questions as I possibly can. And as always, if you're ever in Nashville, Culture Nashville is the name of my barbershop, located right here. And well, we're not in downtown, we're West Nashville, but we are in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you're ever in the area, swing by, come hang, come grab some apparel, come support, all that good stuff. All right, y'all, until next time, peace out, cut some good heads, hope you get some good tips, crush the fucking day.